Hey y'all, happy Monday. It's just Rhonda. Hopefully it'll still be Monday by the time I get this thing, recorded and edited. But if not, child, it's Monday right now. It's Monday right now while I'm talking. Anyway, never ever mets. That's what we're here for. Season 1, episode 7. Like the video, subscribe to my channel. I don't like to harp on that a whole lot, but please like the video and subscribe to my channel. It's very important. Share it with some people that like to talk about this show. We can get down in the comments and, get this thing going on. Anyway, back over here at the Calabasas house, Greg and Millie are still in the middle of their therapy. And Greg shares with the therapist, basically, because Millie wasn't really trying to hear a whole lot of it, but he shares that he also had experienced some childhood trauma. You got to be careful how you say things over here. He was, as a child, taken advantage of in a sexual way, and so they both have some serious issues to get over. Millie offered what she could. She pat the man on the shoulder and was like, it'll be all right. Millie definitely needs more work, it feels like, than Greg does, because he's still like loving in the way he communicates. Millie, not so much. She says she be popping off, and she be popping off. Anyway, after the therapy was over, she said and offered him this, words of advice and, how to work through it. And I feel like she should just take her own advice. Like, really just don't even though what she said was very, right, maybe. Just focus on yourself. You and Greg don't need to be trying to figure out how to undo anything that you got going on. I think Greg is in a different place. And although if he suffered some childhood trauma like that, he should definitely get that, he should definitely get that addressed. I mean, because even though he said he pushes it away, I'm sure it affects him at some point. So therapy, I think, is definitely good for both of them. But for her, I don't know what she needs, child, not to try to be over here in a relationship with anyone, because yeah, it's a lot going on with Miss Millie. Anyway, Sharonda has a game that should have been the first game. I like this game. What is it called? On the Same Page. Maybe when we get to the Ever, Ever, Never, Ever Met's house, we should find out first if we're on the same page before we jump straight into which sexual position is the Kama Sutra lady gonna, pull out. And not even a real Kama Sutra lady, but I feel like I've talked about that enough. Anyway, here she is with a regular game, like a board game. I think it's a fun game. Might want to get it. Press my man. See how much knowledgeable he is about things. Anyway. Shay and Josh, they do well at the game. They've had 12 years to figure it out. So if they've done nothing else, they should know when each other's birthday is and stuff. We know they know the sexual positions because they went right straight to them when they walked in the house. And it seems to be all they've been doing since they've been there. They be in the boom boom room, and then Shay walks around with a blanket wrapped around her. Is it cold in that house? Why y'all got that lady always walking around there wrapped up in a blanket? Josh somewhere popping bottles and eating. For Josh, this is the best vacation ever. He's out here in Calabasas. He has unlimited amounts of champagne, and yeah, just be sitting around eating, watching the people pop off. Entertainment and all. Shay, gets her back banged out and then takes a nap and walks around with a blanket wrapped around her. Anyway, Jody and young Aaron, they know each other pretty well. They've been talking for 9 months, and I think their relationship is probably a safe space online. And maybe it could have stayed there had Jody not been such a mean person, but I want Aaron to literally go home and let her ass go. Chris and Sandia just met, so, it's a fun game for them because there is no wrong answer. They've only been talking for a few months, and it seems like what they've been talking about is getting hot and heavy, because this nigga been walking around talking about his sexual tension is all on 1,000, on 1,000,000 even. Wouldn't it be funny if like Sandia gives him the cookie and then he gets all turned out and she'd be like, boy, you calling too much. I need like a week or so. Wait for you. That would be my favorite story of all time. Um, I don't know what Millie and Greg been talking about for the last 3 years. Nothing, clearly, because it feels like they know nothing about nothing. And it's almost like Greg be trying so hard to figure out what it is that this lady wants that he just comes up with the all the way wrong answer when he could have just made it easy for himself. I don't know. Maybe I'm making excuses for him, but it just doesn't seem like he's doing anything that terribly wrong for her to be so angry. Like at the end of the day, you shouldn't even be mad about the game. You should just look at, well, what have we been talking about? Maybe we should like take some time and get to know each other on some, it's an opportunity, Millie. That's what it is, to get to know each other. I think we're on the same page. There shouldn't be any pressure to fail. I'm just saying. They start talking about hobbies and things, and what is your partner's hobby? And the freaky bishop thinks that Diamond's favorite hobby is church. And I'm like, it is not church. Diamond's favorite hobby is Fight Club.
Gentlemen, welcome to Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club.
I'm around to ask them what was the biggest obstacle that they had to overcome. Shay said that baby, because at one time when Josh had fell on top of his roommate and pushed the baby inside of her, what did that girl say? He was all up inside of his roommate. We don't know how many times, but enough times to get her pregnant. So that's, been an obstacle for them. And she said she stopped talking to him for 2 years. And I was glad to hear that. Honestly, I was like, okay. I mean, you spinning the block and everything, but at least you just didn't take that and be like, oh, he didn't mean it. He fell off into it and it was an accident. No, she took a 2-year hiatus from him and be like, The question is, where is he now, though? Like 2 years you took off, but the baby's only 3. So, it's still a small child. You know what I'm saying? And so where's the roommate at now? Are they still roommates? The people want to know, Josh. Josh, what is you doing with the roommate that you fell off up inside? Thank you, Summer. Diamond said that engagement ring was, an obstacle that she's currently still trying to get over. And until she gets over it, the bishop will be engaged in some type of fight. He bets to be ready. He is. He likes the bullshit. Anyway. No, Greg and Millie had me confused. And I was like, is production doing this to be funny or what is going on here? Because Greg said that their biggest obstacle was distance. And I'm like, well, California's big. I thought they both lived in LA though. So what is the distance? How far is the distance? And then she said laundry. And I'm like, the biggest obstacle in y'all's relationship is laundry. And you just met each other. So is this something that has just come up in the last couple of days? Child, what is the guilty pleasure? The guilty pleasures of the people. Josh's guilty pleasure is weed. Well, that explains why he's always eating. And they're in California, so there's probably weed. They just ain't seen. Josh got it made. Best vacation ever. The bishop's guilty pleasure is sucking toes. We know. Ciao. We know there's probably others in that treasure trunk of joy that you carry around in your little heart. Chris's guilty pleasure is sex. Chris, everybody's guilty pleasure is sex. Pick another answer. Greg said women. I guess. I mean, the man said he was out here in these streets, and I think that was kind of an honest answer. I don't know, Greg, how you thought Millie was supposed to take that, but okay. She said eating candy. I guess eating candy is her guilty pleasure. So, because his ain't eating candy. They had the game a little confused, but This is what they have said. I do like this game. And like I said, I think it should have been first. And so if we're gonna have this reality show, because this is the funny thing, like we're here talking about it, and I'm gonna say, when you think about it, is this what like real life is? Like, I don't know what fantasy dating show that I think people are expecting, like we're ready to love, because we over here on the Oprah Winfrey Network, the OWN channel, watching these, dating shows with people of color. Because look, I don't watch The Bachelor. I wouldn't even be here, honestly, if it wasn't for Ready to Love in Huntsville. And we know why we came over there for Huntsville, but that's a conversation to be had after this video. Anyway, what I'm saying is, I feel like with the dating apps and stuff that's out there in real life, this is what's probably really happening. And there's not no fantasy where no, well-off dude making six figures meets this, beautiful, well-off girl, and they ride off into sunset in their fancy condo, ready to make babies and, have weddings and things. Right? I mean, I guess if that's the fantasy, but I think it's kind of stupid to be here going, oh my God, this is the worst dating show ever. I mean, I guess I don't feel like it's the worst. I feel like it's low budget, but I feel like has kind of probably what it's really like on online dating. My online dating experience was, I don't know how many years ago. It's been a very long time, but it was on some blackpeoplemeet.com shit. And I feel like if I logged onto that shit today, some of them niggas will still be there. So, I feel like that's what's really happening in the real online dating world. I only ever so often, like, everybody ain't out there being Jason Kelsey on Twitter, swiping to the left and finding the love of his life. That's not real life. It's their real life, but it's not like, that's not what being on apps is like. I feel like it's more like this. So this is what we got, and this is what we working with. I'm just saying. But if they do this shit again, I feel like they should definitely make this be game put this in the front. Sharonda over here asking people when is their significant other's birthday. Starting shit. But I feel like this is one of those things you need to know. There are birthday people and there are not birthday people. And I think there's people like me that fall somewhere in between. I think there needs to be a clear understanding of the expectations of your significant other when it comes to birthdays. Josh and Shay been doing whatever the hell they've been doing for 12 years. So you best believe that at the very least on Shay's birthday, Josh better be FaceTiming, calling. She better be receiving some kind of text message, or I don't know how deep in his pockets he be going to woo the ladies, but I'm just saying, I feel like they got that one. It's been 12 years. Jody and Aaron, I feel like, studied for this test. They learned all the, main, what's your favorite color? Like they did all of those kinds of things. And they think for some reason that means that you're like going to be attracted to someone. I'm going to say that about Aaron because I feel like Jody is, got some deep rooted issues that she needs to deal with. And until she gets past that, go over there with Billy because neither one of you belong here because the shit's too deep for just trying to date. The boy is already confused. Jesus. Anyway, the birthday people. Of course, the freaking bishop is going to know the lovely Diamond's birthday. His life is at stake. He needs to make sure he knows those types of things. Who else? I feel like Chris, that's, that's part of his game. He's living in a whole different fantasy. They both are. I don't have to list off everybody's birthday. I just feel like if it's that important to you, Millie, you've been talking to this man for 3 years. So are you a birthday person or not? Because I feel like birthday people keep announcing their birthday until you like, okay, girl, I got it. But I also feel like most people are not walking around here remembering everybody's birthday. So If that's what you're gonna put him in a doghouse for, girl, just train him to what your expectation is. I don't think he should be in trouble. I feel like this should stop. But I mean, if we're gonna pretend like y'all are a thing, I feel like he after today, he won't forget your birthday. He's got it. He'll be prepared next time, especially if you do something nice for him. But you might have to tell him, like, for my birthday, I want to go to dinner. That's what I do. I don't like, you know, nothing to wait like on you to surprise me with something spectacular. This is what I want. Take me out to eat. I also feel like Millie is looking for a reason. Like there's not a whole lot that Greg can do. Like if he passes got all the answers right. And it's weird to me how not just them, but it seems like a couple of the couples are on there like I don't know, comparing their relationship as to who's doing the best. I'm like, there ain't no best, stupid. Like, who's doing better than who? And I don't know that that's a thing. I think y'all need to stop that. Like, what is it? That's what you should be here trying to figure out. And don't worry about whatever somebody else's thing is, because it ain't gonna be your thing. I mean, what are you really competing with? I'm just saying. So the guys are sitting around chopping it up and without the freaky bishop. Seems like all the conversations that the young men were having without him were, productive to some extent, as if it can be. Chris asked Greg, like, do you think you're gonna get some for your birthday? And I'm like, y'all are so weird. Stop asking that. Stop asking these people, did they get some yet? Greg is like, I'm not about to say nothing crazy, and you'll have me in here, with a clip of this shit, me, and she'll be mad because she think I'm saying something crazy. And at the end of the day, he said he been out in these streets. He's looking for something for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? And so that it ain't even he not even pressed about that. Like I'm sure, yeah, he wants it, but he good on waiting until it's the right time. My God. I ordered groceries. So my order's ready. As soon as I'm done here. Anyway. I mean, Aaron is involving himself in the conversation. Look, bless his heart. That's all I could say. I don't know why Aaron is over here like and living in this fantasy in his head because Jody has given him no reason to think that there's anything romantic going on. I don't know why he has butterflies still because I get it in the beginning, but she's just downright mean. So I just like I said, I don't even think she's a good friend. I feel like Jody showed up and thing one, clearly Aaron leans into his femininity. We not blind, we see what's going on with that. However, I feel like it's okay for her to come here and say, yeah, he just leaning, he a little soft. It's not like really doing it for me. She could have said that like in the beginning, but as a friend, you just still handle him carefully. Like you don't have to be an asshole. She was downright mean to this boy. You know what I'm saying? It would have been easier as your friend to say, you know what? I love you to death, but I don't really think this ain't what this ain't it. And we can leave here and still be friends and like, still talk. Clearly they have a lot in common. He pays attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't waste whatever goodness is in you, don't waste it on her. I don't want him to turn into an asshole and then go into his next relationship, being a jerk because he got hurt by the last one. And I feel like just like Millie, a lot of what she does is her acting out of anger and he's taking the brunt of it, but still being nice to her. He got a son. Go home, take care of your son. Stop wasting time. Um, on this girl, but I mean, I guess that's what we're gonna do. His second date with Jody is a photo shoot. I mean, I guess what they're doing is cosplay to some extent because they both have pictures of them like dressed up. She was a nurse with a Bible on. I don't know if that was her Halloween costume or what that was she had on. No kind of message she was trying to send out. It was kind of scary. I mean, you know what? People like what they like. Photo shoots are fun. She says she liked it. I'm not sure why he's dressed like the Burger King and why she's standing there in that devil costume. Like, I feel like the creative director went a little left with whatever thing it was he had in his mind. But again, like, this is just my opinion. If they liked it, then I love it. Aaron is like having a whole music video playing in his head, and it's making him feel fantasy chemistry. And it's his poses are bringing out all this energy that wasn't there before. And I hear you stand the rain. That's what I hear in the background, Aaron. You out here dancing around in the rain, and she's over here talking about I feel nothing. Like even that, like girl, there's 1,000 different ways you could have said that, but I feel nothing. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel or what I'm supposed to be feeling, but what I feel is nothing. And he's over there having all kinds of like, oh my God, it was so powerful and the energy. And he asked her if she enjoyed the date. Yeah, he did way better. This was a way better date than the first one. I mean, okay, I thought they were both nice. You know why? Because he put in effort to find, something that you like for the second time. Because throughout this whole process, we've seen you do nothing for him. We do know Millie like leans in and snuggles with Greg a little, and she also like is playing a birthday party for him. But what do you do for Aaron? Nothing. Use him for his nice, good heart. You're trying to suck all the life out of it. Your angriness and meanness. And then you show niceness to other people. That's why the people in the house is fussing at you. They get back to house and now she's acting all dry. Like they like, did y'all have fun? When you go have a good fun time and you come back and you want to, nope, none of that. She's sitting there like cold as ice. Like he did something to her. And he's, trying to make her play, trying to make her comfortable, trying to take care of her. Josh and Chris are like, I mean, so how was the date? And, he said he thought the date was really good and she seemed like she was enjoying it. He's just confused by how she flips on him. Like 1 minute she's like fine, and then the next minute like she's like an asshole, like she's being right now. Chris tells Aaron, like, I love Jody to death, but I think she doesn't treat you nice. I think you're the nicest person in this house and you deserve better. And, you deserve respect. And we all think the same thing, Aaron. Aaron said they didn't want, like, they came in as a team and they didn't want the house or anything that's going on in that house to influence what they got going on, that they were pretty much determined to stick together. But I mean, I suppose I think it's time for y'all to not stick together. I think it's time for y'all to walk your separate ways up out of here. You know, we I think we as viewers don't get no pleasure in watching this girl be mean to this dude and he's, bending over backwards trying to be nice to her. Chris invites his lame ass friend over. Why are all these niggas running around asking did they smash it? Is that what y'all do? I guess, child. No, he didn't. I mean, if they're putting enough time in and they're gonna do it, eventually, yes, that's gonna happen. I don't understand like the anxiousness of seeing like so, you know, do the big D yet. Sandia's friend is, seemingly nice, just like her. So here they go, these two very nice, intelligent women sitting here across from these clowns. Chris, if this is the kind of people you hang around with, then girl, is that's his best friend and you hang every time you see him, this nigga's got to be around being obnoxious? That sounds like fun. Sandy is telling her friend, oh, it's so good. None of the girls liked him in the beginning, but now they all like him. And I'm like, the girls? Now they're all complimenting him. What did they say as a compliment? Because this girl Millie called him a bitch 3 or 4 times last week. When we thought the other girls was a mess. Here she go calling this nigga a bitch, chasing him around the house, told him he was short with a little dick, like she went in. Those are all, none of that is a compliment. Her friend asked her if she sees a future with him, and she said, yeah. And I'm like, why? No, Sandia, no, you don't see a future with him. Chris is a learning lesson, Sandia. That's it. Just a learning lesson. Don't even bother introducing him to your family. Just your friend. She's level-headed. She'll tell you, like, okay, girl, that's enough of that. Sandia seems like, you can find somebody like who's going to appreciate you. You should never be with somebody who says your feelings aren't valid, and his clown friend, like, who wants to entertain that, girl? Let him stay where he at. If he want to come through, take you to dinner, razzle dazzle for a little bit, and if you feel in the funk, girl, you grown, do what you want to do, but don't let him kiss your forehead. Ciao. You know what it is. We got through a full episode. We got a little sprinkle, but you know what time it is. It's time for the Fight Club. So Shay's having a wonderful day. How do I know that? Because she told me it's been a great day. She been, chit-chatting, spending time with her man. They about to go up to the boom boom room, entertain each other with, some snacks and some champagne. And here comes the lovely Diamond. Why is the lovely Diamond here? Because she is the inciter of the fights. That's what she does. Except the first one. And she was definitely very irritated that she missed it. Anyway, here's Diamond. Girl, so I've been keeping in touch with Alexis. Because, Alexis got a good vibe and, she good people. And I hate that she had to go. And I'm like, I mean, if you say so. You met Alexis one day. She came there with her dude. He punched her in the throat and she had to go home. So clearly she couldn't stay. Like, what was she going to stay for? And so now Alexis is calling from wherever she at. Where she at? Texas. That she didn't got kicked off the show. And she's all the way in Texas calling the lovely Diamond because she doesn't have nothing else to do. You bonded with these people so deeply that one day that you were there, girl. Okay. And she called to tell her that while she was there, Josh was trying to smash. And Diamond is like, not my brother. And I was like, your brother. I told y'all, don't come to me with that brother sister shit. I don't want to hear it. He's your brother. You do not know this man. Hell, Shay don't know his ass. So you definitely don't know him. Now, was Shay over here like propositioning people trying to, have threesomes and things before she got punched in the neck or after she got punched in the neck? Because this man, now I'm not saying he should be punching nobody in the neck. That definitely should not be a thing. But he was down in the kitchen acting like she was getting friendly with these dudes. And we thought it was like a hoochie shorts, hoochie daddy shorts, a hoochie daddy. And it wasn't even hoochie daddy shorts, child. She was up there trying to buggle snuggle with Shay and Josh. Huh. After one day. No, nasty. This is I don't be internet doing that shit. So I don't know what y'all got going on over here, but that's what the people said. Now, one thing that confused me, listen, I think, anything is possible, child. And the fact that Josh was entertaining the conversation means like y'all went out in the hallway and did, I don't know what y'all were over there doing. And I'm gonna leave it at that. You didn't came to the boom boom room and been smashing since you got here. So none, I have no doubt that y'all was out there doing whatever. I don't know, whatever. I don't know what it was. But I know, Josh, you just don't come across as innocent in this situation. I'm just saying the way my instincts be working. However, he did say that he told her, well, no, Shay said he told, because Diamond said, did he say anything to you? And Shay said, he told me that if he wanted to smash Alexis, he could smash. And so I'm wondering, like, and the conversation just stopped there. So did he bring it up? You know what I'm saying? Or not? Like, she's so blindsided. And I'm like, yeah, but if he told you that the lady said she could smash, I feel anyway, child. She acting blindsided. So she went and confronted Josh. And before they could get it popping good, the Fight Club orchestrator had to come stand there and watch the fight because that's what she do. Watch all the fights. She was mad she missed that first one. She wasn't about to miss no more. Matter of fact, she gonna start some. And if Josh gonna do one thing, he gonna drink him some champagne. So while Shay was sitting there snapping, he was just, getting a little toasty because he was like, well, I might as well drink this shit. Don't look like nothing gonna pop off in the boom boom room tonight. So I might as well just go ahead and, enjoy these bubbles. And Shay runs off crying in the bathroom with the lovely Diamond running behind. I don't know what she did with the bishop. Put him to bed, I guess. Child. So they arguing and Diamond all up in the middle of the mix because that's what she do. And Shay is screaming at Josh, like, tell me the truth, tell me the truth. I don't know what she thought that was gonna do. She said she got trust issues, and I mean, I suppose he didn't already had a baby on you, girl. What happened? I don't know what else you want. I don't know what else do you think, at this point, are you still here? So next week, Diamond's daughter is thinking that the bishop is not ready. She ain't feeling him. And this could be devastating to Diamond. Don't worry about it, because based on the way the bishop is running around here talking about it, they good. He's down with the lovely Diamond into whatever. Shay's cussing out somebody, and I was like, is it Josh or is it Diamond? And because, well, I guess we'll see. Like the video, y'all. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next Monday, Tuesday, Monday. Bye, y'all.